General Hospital Tuesday, September 9th recap. Resort explodes. Drew sends cops after Michael. General Hospital recap for Tuesday, September 9th, reveals that the resort exploded. Drew Cain sent the cops after Michael Corinthos and Jacinda got an alibi job. At GH, Drew woke up asking if Willow Tate was there and learned from Elizabeth Baldwin that she was with Scout Quartermain. Drew found out Portia Robinson was his doctor and wanted a different one, but Portia insisted he'd remain in her care until another one could be arranged. Dante Falconeri eventually arrived to question Drew about what he remembered. Drew reflected on the intense pain of getting shot in the back and talked about pouring a drink, as well as removing Willow's engagement ring from the safe. Dante wondered what else was in the safe, so Drew flashed back to his Portia blackmail material and insisted the cops didn't have his permission to search through his classified info. Dante also asked Drew if anyone would have a motive to go after him, so Drew pointed the finger at Michael. At the Port Charles Grill, Michael gave Curtis Ashford updates on his need to find Jacinda, since she could serve as his alibi. Curtis provided the name of the modeling agency that was a front for the escort service, since he remembered it from his previous research. In Portia's office, Jacinda explained that Drew had paid her stay away from Port Charles, but her poor money management brought her back for more. Since Drew got himself shot, Jacinda pushed Portia for financial help instead. Portia made it clear that Jacinda wouldn't be getting any more money, and if she tried to rat Portia and Nina Rees out for the drugging plot, she'd incriminate herself in the process. Portia urged Jacinda to claim Drew willingly brought drugs to their evening together if she got questioned, and then sent her on her way. Jacinda got a phone call on her way out of Portia's office and said she'd take the job along with whatever else, since she was desperate. Michael was waiting for Jacinda when she arrived at the Port Charles Grill, where they exchanged official introductions. Jacinda was curious about the reason Michael tracked her down, so he dropped some hints and led to her realizing he needed an alibi. Dante arrived and interrupted Michael's conversation with Jacinda since he needed to ask his brother some questions about Drew's shooting. In Anna Devane's office, Alexis Davis was willing to answer questions with Diane Miller present as her lawyer. Anna Devane got Alexis to walk her through everything she did leading up to the time of Drew's shooting. Alexis was asked about the restraining order and mentioned Curtis's visit to discuss Stella Henry's case. Alexis then claimed she spent 2 hours trying to help Ava Jerome and Christina Corinthos Davis make peace for Avery Corinthos' sake. Diane eventually ended the interview since she thought Alexis had provided enough answers. Anna warned there could be follow-up questions, but Diane acted like Anna had all the info she needed. At Bobby's, Charlotte Cassadine griped about her excessive punishment, but Lulu Spencer thought her daughter had gotten away with everything for far too long. Jack Brennan greeted Rocco Falconeri with Outback outside before joining Lulu and Charlotte in the restaurant. Charlotte gave Brennan an attitude before joining Rocco out front. Once they were alone, Brennan told Lulu about Valentine Cassadine wanting to see Charlotte at Steinmuir in exchange for helping the WSB. Although Brennan assured Lulu that Charlotte would stay safe, she refused to allow it. Brennan took a call about the situation with Vaughn and Jocelyn Jacks before turning his attention back to Lulu. Since Charlotte was Valentine's daughter, that made her valuable. Brennan warned that his help might be needed someday as he continued his pitch for cooperation. Outside, Charlotte complained to Rocco about Brennan and talked about missing the freedom she had on the run with Valentine. In the lab at the Five Poppies Resort, Britt Westbourne assumed Pascal was acting on his own when it came to blowing her up. Pascal refused to free Britt and left her in a panic. Once Vaughn and Jocelyn were free from their restraints, Joss whacked the guard choking Jason Morgan and knocked him out. Jason stared at Jocelyn, but any questions had to wait since he needed to go save Britt. Jason returned for Britt, who doubted that he could get the ankle monitor off without blowing them both up. Britt pushed Jason to leave for his children's sake, but he made it clear that he'd go down with her if he had to. Jason got the ankle monitor off, but time was running out due to Pascal's countdown. Pascal and some guards tried to block Jason and Britt's path, but Vaughn appeared and helped out with his gun. Jocelyn, Vaughn, Britt, and Jason all ran as they tried to escape, but the explosion sent them tumbling down anyway. Fortunately, all 4 of them were unharmed other than looking a little rough from the blast. Britt was appreciative of Jason being a human shield, but she asked him to get off her. Jason and Britt locked eyes in an intense moment, but it turned comedic when she admitted she didn't like his tattoos. General Hospital spoilers say Jason and Britt have a complicated love story ahead, so stay tuned.